How did a man hack into one of the biggest tech companies in the world, steal millions of credit card numbers, and still never spend a dime of what he took? Imagine being so good at hacking that you could break into the largest tech companies on the planet. In this video, we're diving deep into the thrilling life of Kevin Mitnick, the world's most wanted hacker, who outsmarted some of the largest tech companies on the planet. He went from being the FBI's most wanted hacker to a world-renowned cybersecurity expert. Stick around, because there's a lot to learn from his story. Kevin Mitnick wasn't just a tech genius. He mastered the art of deception, social engineering at its finest. Kevin would walk into a building he's targeting, pretending to drop off a letter. Why? Just to get a good look at the staff IDs. Then boom, he's got his own fake ID made with Photoshop. Kevin said, "It doesn't even have to be all that authentic looking. 90% of the time, it won't get more than a glance." Talk about confidence. With his fake badge, he'd follow employees back from smoke breaks, exploiting the simple courtesy of holding the door open. Classic social engineering, folks. From there, Kevin and his accomplice would infiltrate the company's server rooms, installing malware to access sensitive systems. One time, he managed to steal millions of credit card numbers just for the thrill of it. But here's the kicker, he never used a single one. Kevin's obsession with control and understanding systems was what really drove him. His love for breaking the rules didn't start with hacking. It started way earlier. Growing up, Kevin spent a lot of his time alone. His dad left when he was 3, and his mom worked double shifts to support them. To pass the time, he got into magic tricks. At 12, he figured out how to ride the LA bus for free. Talk about a prodigy. He'd use discarded punch cards he fished out of the trash. His knack for outsmarting the systems only grew from there. By the time he was in high school, he had mastered phone phreaking, a technique that manipulated phone networks to make free long-distance calls. He and his buddy would even hack into McDonald's drive-thru speakers for pranks. Imagine ordering a Big Mac and hearing, "I'm sorry, we don't serve cops here." Kevin hacked into Pacific Bell, a major phone company, and walked out with critical manuals, just pretending to be an employee on tour. But Kevin's antics caught up with him. At 17, he was busted for hacking into Pacific Bell. This was just the beginning of his cat and mouse game with the law. Kevin's obsession with hacking grew. He targeted major companies like Digital Equipment Corporation, stealing source codes just to identify security flaws. But his luck was about to run out. The FBI got involved, and soon Kevin was on the run. He adopted new identities, moved cities, and kept hacking. It was like a high-stakes game of digital hide-and-seek. Kevin's skills were unmatched. He'd hack into phone companies to track FBI agents, install scanners to detect their cell phones, and even leave boxes of FBI donuts for them when they raided his apartment. The guy had style. The New York Times labeled him cyberspace's most wanted, but Kevin was always one step ahead, until he wasn't. Kevin's hunger for source code led him to target DEC's new operating system. But after successfully hacking the company, his friend Lenny betrayed him, alerting the FBI and secretly recording their conversations. It was Lenny's tip that led to Kevin's first major arrest. Kevin was thrown into solitary confinement, his greatest fear. Though he was thrown into solitary confinement for 8 months, he continued his spree right after. Kevin's genius extended to some of the biggest phone companies in the world. After tricking a Motorola assistant into handing over the source code to one of their prized phones, Kevin set his sights on Nokia. He even created fake accounts in their systems and persuaded developers to send him source codes. When the FBI got wind of it, they set up surveillance at a Ramada Inn where Kevin was supposed to pick up a sensitive package. But Kevin, always suspicious, tricked the hotel manager into revealing the surveillance. Knowing the FBI was closing in, Kevin fled to Seattle, then Raleigh, but his luck ran out again. As the FBI tracked Kevin through phone signals, it wasn't long before they zeroed in on his location. He had just finished working out at the gym when they knocked on his door at 1:30 a.m. Kevin's instincts were sharp, but this time, it was too late. After nearly 3 years on the run, Kevin Mitnick was finally captured. Even in court, as he passed by the man who had helped catch him, Kevin nodded in respect. "I respect your skills." For Kevin, the thrill of hacking wasn't about the money. It was always about curiosity. But something unexpected happened. Kevin's harsh treatment in prison sparked a movement. A community of supporters started the Free Kevin movement. Kevin was moved by the support. He said, "It meant the world to me that there was an army of people working tirelessly to support me." It gave me more hope and courage than they could ever know. After serving 5 years, Kevin was released. And here's where the story takes an amazing turn. The same government that hunted him now wanted his expertise. Kevin became a highly sought-after security consultant. He used his hacking skills ethically, helping companies strengthen their defenses. Talk about a redemption arc. Kevin even found love, marrying Kimberly, who he met at a cybersecurity conference. Life was good. But in 2022, Kevin received devastating news. He had pancreatic cancer. After a 14-month battle, Kevin Mitnick passed away on July 16, 2023. He was just 59 years old. Kevin's journey from the world's most wanted hacker to the most wanted security expert is something. Kevin Mitnick's story isn't just about hacking. It's a reminder of how vulnerable our personal information is. In 2023, Americans lost $10 billion to fraud, with imposter scams topping the list. If you've ever Googled yourself, you'll know how much of your data is out there for anyone to find. So take a step today. Subscribe to learn more about keeping your personal data safe, because the weakest link in security is always human.